Welcome to day 31, another day of building our flight booking engine. So I want to continue with the integration of the flight orders. Yesterday I had no opportunity to finish everything. I mean to have a stream, but I hope I can have some time to do. The job has been a little bit tight, but yeah, let's try to see what we can do today. So yeah, we're able to have this form. And now I want to go ahead to see if I can complete it. Okay. And then move on to other features as fast as I can. I thought it was maybe something I could do offline, but I've chosen to do it today here. So let me look at some of these functions. I think somewhere I had logging, okay, in this handle submit function, okay, whereby when, yeah, so this was the booking payload that we're ready for. So let me just show you if I fill in using this tool and hit next and then confirm and go to the console, you'll see the object right here. So type flight offer, ID of 1, the itineraries have been set. You can see the total pricings. Okay. And then if you go to travelers, you see the traveler of ID 1. Okay. And all the data has been set up. So time to now work with the API. Okay. So the API endpoint is, I can just show you in Postman. So this is the API endpoint. Okay. Booking flight orders. And I want to create docs for it. Okay. There's this tool in Postman which can be used for creating documentation. So I want to create documentation, then use it over on the other end. But it looks like our thing here can't. Says looks like we couldn't initialize agent mode for you. Try restarting your app or contact Postman support. Okay, let's restart the app. I'll try to quit. Okay, and then reopen Postman. Wow. Do you see that spinning indication? Meaning it was hogging my RAM and consuming everything. So let's try again, generate with agent mode. All right, it's now working. So restarting Postman worked. Let's see. Says creates a flight offer. So it's asking me that to approve or reject. Okay, let me approve that. Allow agent to save active requests. Approve. If it doesn't create good enough documentation, then I can decide to use the one created by FastAPI itself. So documentation has been added. You can view. Okay, if I close this, open again. Let us see. Okay, it says that creates a flight order by submitting flight offer details and traveler information. Use this endpoint to confirm a booking based on a selected flight offer and provide all required traveler data. So if I move down, I've clicked on view more, simply has the JSON data. Okay, not bad. Let's see. Okay, it requires authorization. I think for now, because we don't have authentication set up, you may disable it temporarily to allow us book a flight, create an order. Okay, let's go ahead and implement. Okay, so I'll go to the code base with the code and say I want to add context to the whole frontend directory and the whole backend directory. Then I'll say in handle submit function implement a post request to that endpoint. Okay, so let's see. I want Swift is smart enough to identify that endpoint has authentication. So I'll help you implement the post request to the booking endpoint in the handle submit. Let me first check the API structure to understand the base URL configuration. Okay, so it has found that. Okay, so let me check the backend booking endpoint to understand expected response structure. Okay, it has checked because our backend. Okay, if you go to the backend, you will discover that a few things have been implemented. If I move to routers flights.py, the number of things have been implemented. If you go to flight order, you'll see we have the request body. Okay, the type for the request body. I wish we had a type for the response. Okay, so we have a type for the request, but not for the response. If we had, it would actually make it better. Because I think this is saying, let me now check the backend endpoint to understand the expected response structure. Probably that would be easier, okay, if we had here a response type. But that's okay. Let's continue. So let me check if there's a bookings router endpoint. Let me check the booking endpoint. Let me check the schema to understand the request format. Let me check an auth mechanism to get token. Let me check the user router. Okay, so it says implementation. So it says error handling. Okay, environment variable, authentication, post request, response handling, user feedback. All right, I'll keep this. Wait, I've actually rushed to keep it. I should have first read the actual code, but let's look at the function. Okay, so if you look at this handle submit, okay, there's a try and catch which has been added. Okay, try, catch, and is submitting. Okay, so is submitting set to false in the finally block, so that whether things go our way or when things fail, either way, submitting has to be set to false, which is good. So I'll start with this first block. So it calls this function here, transform booking travelers to API format. Okay, so it calls the travelers, the list of travelers.map. Okay, transform to API traveler. This is okay. It says prepare booking payload with flight offer in travelers. Okay, this is okay. We looked at actually this in the previous stream. So we have the flight offer, okay, and the travelers who are going. Then of course a log of the booking payload. Then the base URL is picked from the environment variable. Then this is picked, okay. The local storage will get item access token, okay. Then after that, if there's no token, says alert, please log in to complete your booking. Then it pushes to auth login, but this is not there. Okay, this page is not there. And we have not implemented authentication yet. So it says send booking request to API. Say const response equals to await fetch base URL booking / flight orders. I hope that's the correct endpoint. Okay, booking flight orders, that's correct. Then, okay, method is post. There are two headers, content type, okay, and authorization. Then we have the body, okay. If the response is not okay, then we get the error data, okay, and throw a new error, okay. By either showing the error detail or saying failed to create booking. Otherwise, we get the booking result. Then the booking result is logged, okay. Then when things are okay, you say router.push to the booking confirmation page. But there's no need for this. So now these comments are not necessary. So yeah, this makes sense to me, but this is not implemented. I'm going to show you a way around it. What I want to do, like as a way around it. So I'm going to minimize the try block. There's a lot of code to minimize, to optimize. Otherwise, they're saying console.error, alert error, instance of error, error rate message, and error occurred while you're creating your booking. Please try again. Okay, that can do for now. But I want to do something. I want to do this. Okay, because remember, this part is not successful. This would fail. Where is it? Here. Okay. This would fail. And remember, we don't have this router, this auth / login. Maybe we have it. Or auth / login is not there. Okay. So I want to remove this temporarily. Okay. I want to show what is going to happen. Then of course we can see how to continue. I want to show you a way around it. So I'll say next. Okay, this has to be refreshed for the state to update. So I'll add fake data. Okay. Don't worry about it being fake for now. Confirm booking says please log in to complete your booking. Okay. I think so that is okay. Okay. But now I'm going to comment this out. Okay. Then I'll inspect. I want you to see that actually it's supposed to fail. Okay. If it passes, that would be shocking. Why isn't this thing here accepting to be expanded? So I say confirm booking. Okay, so it's the error we got. You see, we get a better error. Okay, says could not validate credentials. Even if you see of course the booking payload is okay, but if you go to network tab, I see this detail could not validate credentials. Okay, so by look at this the payload we sent. Okay, and it could not validate credentials because we did not send our access token, which is very, very okay. So what we need to do is to send an access token. Okay, one alternative I can do is coming here, okay, to this endpoint and disabling this current user. Okay, this get current user dependency. That is one thing I can do. Okay, but that would mean I have to disable things like this booking. Okay, but I don't want to do that. Okay, so I'm going to leave it here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to Postman and login. Okay, so follow me closely. Go to Postman and login. Come here, pick this access token. Okay, copy. Then go to the code base. Okay, then I'll do this. Say, look, I'll just say const. Okay, this is just hard coding it for now, but this is not the best practice. Okay, I just want to make sure that that our staff goes through, okay, our request, at least the authentication check is passed, okay, so that at least we can be sure that an order can be sent to the backend. But this is going to be removed because next up, what we need to do is now to implement login, okay. So I'll say const access token will be equals to this string, okay, just like that. So token goes to local storage.get token or access token, okay. Maybe extra bit of code, but yeah, this should do it, okay. So I'll get back here. We try to enter fake data using this tool, okay. I need to clear the network, need to clear the console also. Say next, agree to the terms and conditions, hit confirm booking, okay. So it is processing. So anything what it says invalid. Let us see that error. Says please check all fields are correctly formatted. Dates, blah blah blah. So we have invalid data, okay. That was sent to me. It's better to read it from actually here, okay. I say invalid data format. Please check that all fields are correctly formatted. Dates should be formatted like this: the year, the month, the day. Airport codes are 3-letter IATA codes. Okay, so we have sent invalid data. So the question should be, so you see this time because of this, of what is that piece of code? Here, set submitting to false, okay? The confirm button is not spinning anymore, okay? So we can now go back, okay? And check where are the issues, okay? So what I want to do this time, I want to use some of the valid data I had used in Postman in the past. So I will come back, I'll go here, not just be flight order. Flight order is the one that has the correct data. So I'll choose, I'll scroll, I'll minimize this flight offer and go here, okay, use this. So use first name, George, okay. Let me close this so that I can type it easily. So George, but this is information I got from Amadeus, okay. The email is this, the gender is male, device type mobile, the country code is 34. So let me put the phone number as that. Country code is 34. Where is 34 here? I need to order them in alphabet, like in increasing order, okay. Because when it's like this, it's hard to tell where to get what you want. Something plus 30. So ideally 34 should be around here. Something plus 33 up here. It gets quite hard, okay, to locate what you want. So I think 32 is here. Ideal, I need 32, 33, 34 should be at the same location. So 33 is here, 30 is here. So at least you see that the authentication issue has been bypassed, but that will be solved by implementing the actual login. So 34 is there. So let us see what other information did they have here. Because this passed, remember, this is date of birth, okay? Date of birth. Any of an adult, I think should work. Come on. What happened there? I also need to get a better date picker. This one looks slow. Maybe remove this code. What else? What else do we need? Document type, place of birth, Madrid. Crazy. There's a lot of stuff to type. Madrid, insurance location. Is Madrid amongst these countries? I see these are the M's. And we used what are they called? Country names. Okay. So now you see the issue. We don't have that kind of. This actually makes it clear. Okay. No. That was insurance. This was insurance country. Okay. Not the city. So which country? No, Madrid is the issuance location. Okay. So it's Madrid. I was confusing. So let's get the document number. I think this is a test number because it's 000. Then nationality. Was there nationality here? Okay, I'm saying ES. So what is ES? What country is ES? Can we look at the data here? Data, country, see ES. But many of them have ISO code ES. Let me do this. I want to search for ISO code full colon space code ES. Okay, there's only one. So ES is Spain. Okay. ES is for the country Spain. So nationality, I'll put Spain. Spain is here. This should be the same. Spain. Even this should be the same. Where can't I find Spain? Okay, let me just leave this here. Issuance date. This 2025. Make sure maybe it is new. 2025 0414. 2025. Wow, why is it showing an old year? Isn't that crazy? We need validation on that field, by the way. I'm also thinking about a way of testing without having to hard code this manually. 2025, the 4th month, 14th. So look at, all right. Let me open now the console. Okay, hit next. Open the console. I would want to copy that exact object. What is happening? What did they do to make it fail? This object of the travelers. Okay. I don't know if it's possible to copy it from here. Copy object. So what error are we having? Error, failed to create booking. But this was already there. Next. Okay. Inspect. Network. Confirm. Okay. So we still have the same invalid data format. Check all fields. So I need to improve the error handling on the backend. Okay. To mention the exact field which is failing. You get? So if I open and I'm seeing something being printed, let me expand. I might have saved my future self, but it's not even quite clear as I would have expected. It says, so these are the errors. status, a code is processed and says title invalid format. Issuance date format is this. Okay. So we have a wrong issuance date format. Okay, just be year, month. First name format is invalid. Say for example, use Paul. Last name format is invalid. Wow. So all our it's essentially that all our data is invalid. Date of birth format is this. Okay. I want to see what else is invalid. Insurance country. Insurance country is not in allowed enumeration. Okay. Validity country is not in allowed enumeration. Invalid data received. Nationality is not in the allowed enumeration. Okay. So this lets me know that I have to now go back and study Amadeus. Okay. Properly. And this is something I should have done before the stream so that it's easier to navigate. But it's not actually as easy as it looks. But when you log, if you check the logs, just see console, the booking payload. If you look at the, wow, do you see this? Date of birth, it's empty. I was wondering why the backend is saying all our data is wrong. Okay, all our data is what is actually wrong. That is because you see, email address is empty. The phone, okay, we have some information here. Documents, okay, we only passport, but the rest are empty. Insurance country, the date, nationality, all these are empty. So it is right to say it's in invalid format. If you check here, the names are also empty. Can prove it if I click one more time. Okay. We have the object, but no data being added. Okay. So the issue must be with this. Where is the form? We need to look for the form. To close this, close the progress bar. So when you look at the form, of course, we have the handle submit, but then we have this function, okay? Update traveler, which this one here updates the first name, okay? Update traveler, updates the last name, updates the date of birth, updates the gender, updates the traveler, updates the country calling code, updates the phone number, okay? So all of them have what? This function called update traveler. So let us click on it. Okay. Update traveler. So it simply updates the traveler. As simple as that. So what I'm going to do. So yeah, what I can tell you, what I can simply tell you what it does, it copies the existing traveler information, okay, into this new array. Okay. Then it checks if the current field includes a dot, okay, then it splits them. Okay. For example, it could be like maybe documents that maybe name. Documents maybe the passport. For example, like for this previous one. Okay. Documents maybe the issued country, something like that. So it says if there are two fields, okay, like for example, to show you so that it makes sense. Like this one here, documents.number. Okay, that's where it would come in. So if I go back up, okay, so using that current index, okay, it updates the parent and child using the value. Then here, if it's only one, okay, simply updates the field with the value. So I want to call log here. Say console to find out what is going on. If it's actually being called console.log, okay. So before I'll simply log updated travelers, okay, like that. Then again, I log after it has been set. Clear the console. Wow, it has reset everything. Can you imagine? Then I type, clear the console, clear. Let me just say, for example, door. When I open, the name should be door. Okay, that is okay. The name is door. If I clear and I say last name, hi. The last name is hi. Okay, that's okay. Just see the country code. This is a random sample. Okay, the country calling code. But this the country calling code is okay. This is okay. Let me see. Device, mobile, documents, passport, the phone. Okay, the phone has been put with an F. That's okay. The data is being entered. Data is being entered. So this has no problem. Okay, unless maybe one specific field is not added. So I'll close update traveler. So when we get into this handle submit, okay, the question is why is the booking payload not having the data we want? Okay, so that could be a major challenge. Let me try to do this again. Okay, so I've filled in with fake data. I want to do it again. I want to just make sure that there's at least data being sent. Okay, this time we see that that has been, wait, no, this is the flight offer. For the travelers, okay, for the travelers this time, yes, the data has been added. Okay, so of course the error would make sense. Okay, I wouldn't complain about the error. Okay, and this time you see when it says number format is invalid. Okay, so this time it's only one. It's only it's saying only the phone number is the one which is invalid. Okay, not bad. Let us try something. I'm going to come here, copy this now. Not this. Is it the phone number? Maybe something like this. I want to try to push it to its limits. So we are processing. Okay. Did it pass? I think we have a booking result. Okay. If I come back here to our code, I want to show you something. I see this. We have booking result because await response.json. Okay. Then we put the booking result. So it means it passed. If you go to the backend, where's the backend? I hope you guys are understanding. If you have no question, if you have a question, okay, please ask me. Okay. I don't want to assume everybody is understanding what is happening, and yet everybody is struggling. Okay. So if you don't understand anything, please ask a question. Even if you're watching this after the stream, please ask a question. I'll make sure I answer every question and comment. Okay. I read all the comments. At this stage of the channel, there are not so many comments. So I'll make sure I read every comment. So you see down here, the post request succeeded. Do you see that? We have a 200 okay result. Okay. So it worked. That's why you see in the console, we have this booking result being printed, this statement. So if you look at the booking result, we get data, we get this saying the associated records. Okay. So the flight is this. Okay. When we come to the flight offers, okay, we only have one flight offer, which is okay. Okay. If I go to the traveler information and I open this array, I see we get all the traveler information. Just so, and the documents, all this passport, birthplace, etc. Okay. And then what else? Yeah, the name. Okay. So the response from the backend was successful. But we have a challenge. Okay. If you see this, we're going to see the issue. Says invalid data format, please check all fields. Throw new error. I don't understand where that is coming from because the request passed. Okay. Is it keeping track of an old past error? Let us run this again. Go to network. Just a moment. Clear network tab. I need to investigate this. So this is the request, which is pending. Okay, so we have the payload. I want to see the response. Here's the response. Okay. The type is a flight offer. Get the flight. It's actually what? Passes. Okay. If I go to the headers, is that this is the general. Okay. We get an okay. If you look at the response headers, everything is okay. Okay. So the question is, why don't we navigate to the actual page? Let me investigate that by myself. So it's saying router.push booking. So just to show you, everything is okay on the back end. Okay. We get a 200. Okay. The flight order is booked successfully. What I just need to figure out is this. And why it keeps showing us an old issue. We need to move to the correct page. Okay. Wait, let's just see. Why is it keeping on calling for this? Okay. Because I think this passed. Okay. But then it is complaining about this part. Okay. So this is what I'm going to do. I am going to, since this is passing, I don't need to log the booking result anymore. I'm going to log this. I'm going to show you what I'm going to log. I'm going to log say console.log response. I want to see what the response object is made of, okay? Because I would expect response.okay to work. Okay, I'll say response and response dot okay like that. Because this is what is happening, okay? So I need to choose the console and then confirm. So it's the payload, okay? So I've not changed the data, okay? Wait, this is crazy, okay? So was it failing because, what is it called? Because I hadn't updated, the state was not updated? Because I see that issue is not there anymore, okay? I was wondering why it was showing that, bringing up that challenge. And if you look at the backend is okay. It's passing. So I kept on wondering, why are you complaining about response.okay? So let's look at this. And the log, I think response.okay is true. The response is okay. This is true. Okay. This is true. And look at the response object, has the body, okay, it has the headers. Okay is true. Does not be redirected. Status is okay. Okay. This is the URL. Okay. The body is the readable stream, blah blah blah. Okay. We don't need to go into that. So everything is okay. I think it hadn't just updated its state correctly. Now, okay, we have success with that. What I now need to do is to, I think this redirect, it says booking confirmation, booking slash confirmation, order ID equals to this. And I want to show the structure of the routing. Okay, I'll close this. So you see how this code is organized. If you see booking, okay, we have booking, okay, slash ID, booking slash success slash order ID. Okay, and this is the page it shows. So what it ideally, but that's and I think if you look at the URL here, okay, it tried to change to it, okay, here by saying booking confirmation order ID equals to booking.id, booking result.id, okay, and it actually changed to it, but we don't have in our setup here, we don't have that page called confirmation, okay. So I'm going to change it to success, to this success, okay, success slash order ID. So I'll change this to success, okay, and I think it has to be slash order the order ID, okay, slash order ID like so, okay. So I think I need to put the dollar sign. I think they're trying to suggest it for me. Okay, like that. So booking success booking result dot ID. Okay. So yeah, let's give it another shot. Confirm booking. Unexpected error while creating flight order. Try again. Let's see the backend just to be sure. So we get an internal server error. Okay. So says response body errors, status 500, code 141, title, system error has occurred. Okay, that's okay. Okay, that makes sense. That could be because probably we have sent too many requests to the same endpoint. Okay, that is okay. An error, unexpected error has occurred. Literally, when we are about to cross the finishing line, that's when it happens. Okay, let me try to put more fake data, and I hope it passes this time. Last time I had copied when we're just about to finish. I copied that number. I hope all the dates are valid. Okay, it doesn't fail. Review and confirm. Boom. Unexpected error occurred while creating the flight order. Okay, we'll accept. Okay, it is an Amadeus internal error. System error has occurred. Am I out of the tokens or what? Okay, but this is okay. What I want to show you is what will happen when everything is okay. So what I'm going to do is simply copy this. The seed time is getting fast spent. Copy this and go up. Where? Here, okay? Oh, we shall need the booking result, but okay, but I can still simulate that. I can simply return early. Okay, it's okay. So all this code below, it will be dead code, okay? Then for the ID, we can say maybe flight underscore offer. So I want you to see the bigger picture. Let's copy this. Why is it giving me hard time? So is it flight is possibly null. Okay. If it is null, of course, I'll put a random string. Okay. Even better, you don't need to put it. I can just put a random string to represent an ID. Okay. It will be something like that. Some in the end. Okay. So I just want to make sure that this routing works. Okay. About the error, it's very okay. It is showing us the correct error. Okay. I expect that kind of error to come in case there's an internal server error. So let's confirm the booking. I want the redirection to that page. Okay, so this is what I was looking for. Okay, so that we have this screen saying booking confirmed, your flight has been successfully booked. Okay, then you can see this page. Okay, this is a page which I created, but excuse me, it's going to be it has a number of changes. Okay, excuse me, to be changed. Okay, so after here, things like view ticket status, print confirmation, I want to change my whole process. Okay, this thing tickets being processed, okay, that is fine, but okay, view ticket status is going to remain. Print confirmation, download, maybe print confirmation, download PDF and contact support will remain, but other things have to move away. Like view ticket status and tickets being processed has to move away. I want to only show it after payment has been made. Okay, so when you book the flight, when you book like this, it's okay. But after booking, for you to get a ticket, you need to pay. Okay, so that your ticket is issued. That's the thing I want to do next. Okay, that after you've paid, then only can your ticket be issued. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Okay, so just repeat again. This page ideally has what I want in my final booking step. Okay, but before when we reach this page, okay, view ticket status is going to be removed so that someone has to first pay before they can view their ticket status. Okay, because tickets can take some time to process, and of course things like refunds and whatever have to be enabled. So yeah, this is what I wanted us to achieve today. I need to figure out, yeah, that error. I need to go back to Amadeus and read again. Actually, most of this work involves you reading people's documentation and understanding it. Okay, so you get the same error. Okay, saying a system error has happened. Okay, so yeah, I hope you've picked something to do with the integration. Okay, So I don't need to have this again. I need to just remove it. Okay, remove this return. Okay, this will take us to that page, to this page I've showed you. Okay, but we are in the next stream. I want to go back to the backend. Okay, there are certain backend specific things I need to complete. Okay, so I think when we are done with those backend specific things, then we can maybe come back to the front end. Or I can alternate, okay? Alternate between backend, front end, backend, front end. But I wanted to just show you uh, some of the things, okay? So we had this success, but of course, not complete success. There are things that need to be changed, okay? In fact, I want to uncomment them before I forget, because I could remove things, okay? Like this, okay? This access token should not be hard-coded, okay? Okay? And even there are better ways of handling this kind of situation. This, I can uncomment this for now, okay? So we're going to intercept this step, okay? The next time we come back to the integration of the front end. Maybe probably I should do that. I have to decide between either going back to the back end first or implementing login on the front end. We're going to intercept this step so that before you book, okay? When you reach before you book, you sign in or sign up. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay. So you shall either sign in or sign up. So when you've signed in, that's when you'll be only and only able to book. So yeah, that's what is going to happen next. So yeah, I can leave the print statements for now. Wow, I see a lot of things to be optimized, but yeah, let us get it working fast, and then we shall get on to this later. So yeah, this is it for now. This is how you can integrate your backend, okay? And simply, it's not even that hard, okay? Simply make a request to the endpoint, okay? Like this. Like in this case, this is the endpoint for the backend, okay? Like you saw here in Postman. Where is Postman? This endpoint, okay? Come on, this one, okay? This is the endpoint, and so you specify the endpoint. For example, if you're using the fetch API, and then you have this configuration where you pass in like the body, I mean the method, which is post, just like in Postman, we say method is post, okay? Choose post. The same thing here as post. Then the headers, content type is application JSON. I am sending JSON data. Then another header is authorization, which is bearer, then the access token, okay? The same thing actually also happens in Postman. If I go to Postman, I go to, I scroll, I show you headers, okay? You see, Postman in fact has more headers, but they have, I wanted to show you, where is it? 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 You see, authorization is here, okay? Authorization is there, okay? And it has its value, okay? How does it put its value? Through this tab, okay? See, authorization. When you choose this method called bearer token, automatically, when you put your variable here, okay, your value, okay, it will attach bearer space, then your token, okay? Just like we have done in the code here, bearer space token, but Postman does it for us. So what we are doing in the front end is we are sending a request to the backend exactly how Postman does it. You get, we are doing it exactly how Postman does it, but programmatically. Then we send the body, okay, by saying JSON.stringify booking payload. You have to send it as in JSON format. So this changes the JavaScript object to a JSON string. So JSON.stringify is a method in JavaScript which changes a JavaScript object, like in our case booking payload, to a JSON string. But if you come to Postman, okay, how do I do it? I selected raw, okay, and I say the type of data I want to send is JSON, okay. Then I paste here this is the body, okay. You can even see here the body is highlighted. So body having this JSON data. That is why you see I selected that raw data, and which type of raw data is JSON data. So how do you do that in JavaScript? By doing this, okay? So because it's an asynchronous task, okay, you await it, okay? Then you can check like if the response is not okay, then you should expect to get maybe like an error, okay? And either print the error detail from the API, or if there's no error detail on the API, this tell the user failed to create booking. So if this does not exist, okay, this other message will be shown. So it is like an OR operation, okay? If this is not there, show this one. This is what this operator OR means, okay? Then if there's no error, okay, so it's saying if the response is not okay, throw an error, okay? Otherwise, if the response, in fact, instead of throwing an error, I need to handle it better, okay, to display it to the user. Instead of throwing, I will want to display it to the user. That is a change that is going to happen in future when I'll be optimizing this. Then if everything is okay, then we can await the response. But this time we are awaiting, okay, a result, a good result, okay? And then if the booking result has been got, then we push to the success page. You get? We go to the success page. Okay. In fact, later on, I'll want to keep this information in the state. Okay. In the Zustand state. Remember, we talked about Zustand somewhere. Okay. We have our Zustand store here. Okay. All right. What else? So, when, like, for example, you see when I throw this error, okay, it will be caught here in this catch block. Okay. And then there's an alert message, okay, to display that if the error is an instance of error, okay, error class, then I display the error dot message. Otherwise, I just simply say an error occurred while creating your booking. Please try again, okay. Then I also log the error to the console. And then finally, so whether there's an error that has been caught or if things went well, okay, I simply set submitting to false. So that the spinner, okay, stops. You see this submitting is set submitting, okay, affects the status of a button down here. I don't know if I can show you that button. Where is that button? Okay, you see this button here is disabled, okay, whether when someone is submitting or when terms are not accepted, it is disabled, okay. And if the submitting is true, then we have a div with this text saying processing, okay. But if you're not submitting, then we show you confirm booking, okay. So that's the logic. That's why I put this is submitting status at the big when this handle submit function has been triggered. How is it triggered? By the form. I think the form has on submit equals to handle submit. So if if this handle submit is triggered, how is it triggered? By clicking a button of type submit. So this button has type submit. When you click a button of type submit, it triggers this form having the on submit listener, this function here. So on submit is called, which is here, and immediately set is submitting is set to true. Okay. By default, it is false. If I show you up here, where is it? I think use state false. So is submitting is by default false. Remember, use state gives us the current state and a function to change the state. So is submitting, its value is false, and this function set is submitting is used to change it either to false or to true. So by default, it's false. So I begin by changing it to true using set is submitting function, which is here. Set is submitting to true. Okay, so that would cause this text processing to appear, because remember I'm saying if is submitting, okay, show this, okay, otherwise show this other confirm button. And also if it is submitting or terms are not accepted, disable the button. That is how it works. So if I fill in fake information and go to the next one, you see confirm booking is grayed out, okay. It is grayed out, okay. But if the terms are accepted, if I click this, okay, you see it's now enabled, okay. So saying whether if terms are accepted, okay, is true. Okay, remember this pound means opposite. Okay, if it is true, it will be enabled. If I click this, you see, if I click this, okay, you see now, of course, now I've disabled the other stuff. It is saying please log in to complete your booking. But if I go back up, okay, to that handler, and I change is submitting to false, I say false. Okay. And I leave. Okay. Maybe let me refresh. Filling fake information. Okay, it's now been set to true. I want to do this. And how can I show you this? I want to debug it the best way. I want to remove this. Okay. Refresh. Fill in fake information. Click next. Okay, that's okay. So how can I demo this to you? I'm thinking about how to demo it. Let me show you. If I say, let me do this. If I say false, okay. So I've hard coded it manually. This is what I wanted you to see. Are you seeing now the state? It is what? Okay. It's not doing what I want. Let me do this. I want to trick it. I want to trick it. I want to trick it. I want to trick it without breaking so many things. So let's do this to show you that. I'll say submitting. I'll leave this to true. Okay. But then because it is something that happens so fast. Okay. Then okay, let me just do this. Okay, comment this out so that you can get to see what I want you to see. Okay. So you see, did you see that spinning? Let me click again. Are you seeing it? It is spinning. Okay, saying processing. I don't know if you can see it clearly. It is grayed out. Are you seeing? It is processing. In fact, I've always got another idea of how to do it. Let me uncomment this code. The best way actually to show you, I don't know why I didn't think about this, is to go up to the original state. Okay. Close this, the original state up here, and change this to true, like this. Okay. So if I save and I fill in fake information, click next. Are you seeing? This is what I wanted you to see. So you see, it is disabled and it is showing processing. Okay. So the first thing that happens is that the button, okay, is submitting is now true, so it is disabled. Also, is submitting is true, so this part is shown, this div with this text saying processing. Okay, and of course it has been styled. Okay, it has been styled with tailwind classes. So you will find it spinning like that. So yeah, took me, I don't know why I didn't think about that quickly. So I can put it back to false. Of course, because it's false, it should be disabled. All right. I guess this is how far we can get with today's integration. Let's meet in the next. Watch out for an announcement. Over the past few days or week, yeah, the job is getting intense. So sometimes I fail to have live streams like this. Like yesterday, I failed to have a live stream because I was just too tired after work. Okay, so whenever there's a live stream, I'll make sure I announce. Okay, so you just look at the post tab. Okay, if there's an announcement, then you can always join and we build and learn together. So like always, share this with people in your network and let's grow and learn together. In case of any question and you're watching this after the stream, don't hesitate to ask. Okay. And I'll answer you in the comment box. Yeah. So step by step, the MVP will be completed. Bye for now.